Hey guys, I just wanted to make a video tonight. A lot of you normally expect me to make a video that's all like, fun and jovial and makes you guys laugh, but no, I want to post a serious video tonight. As many of you know, I originally started thinking about moving to Chicago, a couple months ago. And like, seriously, because it's what I really want to do. I want to go and move to a city to where I can get around, to where I can be around people and socialize, because I have no life here. I don't really hang out with anybody. I've got people that help me out, yeah, but I know they're busy. So I don't really expect them to entertain me, because they have family. And that being said, I appreciate the ones that do help me here in town. Thank you so much. I love you. You know who you are. I'm not going to call you out. Because, you're pretty incredible. And I think that we've got a pretty good bond there. Anyway, so yeah, here's the story. And the reason why I'm doing this, okay, first and foremost, is because a lot gets lost in translation. A lot of times I'll post and people only get part of it, or they don't understand exactly because there's no tone of voice. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to put everything out, lay it on the line. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of comments, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of haters. I've already lost many friends over this situation. But, you know what? You weren't really friends anyway. So, like I said, I talked about moving to Chicago a couple months ago. I had made that decision. And I had asked at my former employer if, there were several people that I worked under. I asked if I could get, a letter of recommendation. Yeah, that's fine. Never happened. Everything was kind of put on the back burner. Well, they knew I was obviously planning on quitting. So I know a letter of recommendation isn't something that's do or die. It helps, getting a job, but, anyway. The final point at my work was when I went into work, and I'm just going to be honest, I'm going to put it all out there because, you know what? I have nothing to lose. I'm going to lose it all anyway. So, no, it came to where I went to work one day and I overheard two supervisors talking about one of my co-workers that was on my line of business. And this is where I got to be careful because I don't want to go into too much information because they went into too much. But let's just put it this way. Okay, they were discussing something about this coworker that should not have been discussed outside in a public area to where other people could hear. It was a violation of her privacy, of her rights, and it was very insensitive. So I went to HR and I reported it. Because this person's my friend. And even if she wasn't my friend, I really wish I could tell you the situation because under the circumstances you would understand a little bit better, but regardless, it's nobody's business. It's not gossip. It was a very traumatic thing that happened to this poor girl, and it didn't need to be talked about like gossip, especially while, standing outside smoking cigarettes to where other people could hear, and anyway. So yeah, I was very upset that morning, and then I went and I got on the phones, and we were short 10 people, and we were very busy. So I had this on my mind, plus I got this very difficult call, and I told the lady, I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't help you. She was very mean, very angry. And we have a rule, okay, where I worked, we had a rule. You could tell them twice to calm down, to stop using profanity, otherwise you would have to disconnect the call. I told her twice, and I could not help her. And so after the second time, I did tell her, I said, I'm sorry, ma'am. I said, I'm going to have to disconnect, and I said, I'm going to have to go on to the next call. And I hung up. I lost my temper. I was very upset. I was very stressed out. And that was my fault. I'll admit that. You know. But, you know, once again, I went to HR, you know, Human Resources, and I told her, I said, I think I need to go home for the day. And she asked why, and I said, well, I said, because of the situation that happened this morning, and, you know, through that last call, I said, I really don't think that, you know, I'm going to be productive. And she gave me the option. She said I could either go home or I could go back on the phones after I collected myself, and I opted to go home, you know, which was only hurting me, you know, because I took a loss in pay. But I thought it was for the best. Well, next day I get called in, and I got fired because I hung up my phone and I slammed it down, and it just went, you know, I tossed off my headphones. You know, I was being unprofessional. So after almost 2 years, I was let go. Alright, that being said, that's why I lost my job. But, prior to me losing my job, I had cashed in my life insurance policy because I did want to move to Chicago. And I had that little nest egg just like set aside, you know. And I created a GoFundMe, you know, campaign, you know, to help with, you know, a little bit of extra, you know, if I needed it. Because I didn't figure I'd get the whole amount. I even dropped it, you know. But I figure, you know, any little bit helps, you know. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to move on with my life. I'm trying to, you know, do something for me. You know, I gave up my life, you know, about 5 years ago or so. You know, I came back here, you know, to be a part of my son's life, and I did the best I could. You know, that didn't work out like it should have, but another story altogether. But I'm 40 years old. It's time to do something for me. So I decided I wanted to go, and I wanted to move to a city to where I didn't have to worry about people, you know, picking me up and giving me rides because I don't drive. You know, I thought if I get to the city, you know, there's trains and buses and cabs. You know, I could work, go to school, you know, have a social life, which Streeter does not have for me. So, it all sounded good and gravy. But, like I said, I cashed in a life insurance policy, then I lost my job. Now, unemployment's fighting me, and I'm living off my savings, which was for my move. I take Amtrak up there to interview, and it's like nothing's ever guaranteed with public transportation. You know, the last time I went up there, my train was an hour and a half late almost, and so I only got to go to one interview instead of two, and I didn't get to look at an apartment. You know, I'm facing all kinds of obstacles because I'm still paying for rent and utilities here, as well as transportation up there. I can't find anybody up there who will let me stay, you know, for a week or two. Not even 2. You know, maybe just, hell, I'd be happy with a week. You know, give me time to, you know, go to some interviews and talk to people to where I don't have to worry about getting there at 10 o'clock in the morning and making sure I'm on the train, the last train, by 5. You know, I mean, 10 to 5, that's not a lot of time. You know, I mean, especially in Chicago. I mean, it's a very big city. But I've got a lot of people sitting here and, you know, cutting me down and degrading, telling me that I'm not going to make it, that I'm going to fail. And that really kills me. So basically, I guess the only reason why I'm even making this video is that, you know, I do want to say thank you to those of you who have, you know, supported me, you know, either in a private conversation or, you know, commented on my post or, you know, even donated to my fund. You know, I mean, that's been wonderful. And I thank you for that. I don't like being in this position. My family can't help. I mean, we've got enough going on in our family, you know, with my niece being sick right now. And that just adds to the stress. But I'm very sorry, you know, if I offend some people. I'm very sorry if, you know, y'all don't like what I have to say or don't like my posts, because most of them are long-winded, you know. But if you're going to be my friend, you're going to have to deal with me. I mean, if you can't handle me at my worst, you can't handle me at my best. Just say a prayer for me and my family. I don't want to give up on Chicago, but the roommate that I kind of banked on just informed me tonight that it's probably not going to happen, and I can't afford to live up there on my own. So, if you're in the Chicago area, hey, I'm a nice guy. I have no problems sweeping the floor, doing dishes. Hell, I'll cook for you. I'll do your laundry. Let me crash for a couple days, just so I can find a job. You know, I mean, I just want to be happy. But thank you so much. So many of you have been an inspiration to me and a support system, and I do love you. Bear hugs, monkey bites. Peace out.